Just starting out a stream for tonight. I wanted to talk about the new gold brick character. So, as you know, we got a new brick character today, but we also had the choice of either picking up an additional Christa or James, or the new character Angel. So, I'm just going to wait for a few people to pop on first. I'm going to well, I've logged onto my computer already, so I'm going to see if I can find my own stream right now, because it should be up and running. Yep. Okay, so let's see. Okay, I am live. Perfect. Let me just drop this into a few chats, actually, just so people can see. Hold on, sorry guys, just give me a hot second. Drop that in one chat. Let's see, I'll drop it in the second chat. And that's where I will leave it for now. Hey there. So, in this stream, I really want to talk about the new character in the game, Angel. I also want to share kind of like my thoughts and hear from you guys on kind of like what you think of her, as well as why you would choose to go with either Christa or James at this point in the game as well. Because to be honest, they're all good tunes. They are very good tunes. So let's take a look. So one of the biggest things that you notice right away is that it costs 10 gold bricks in order to get the single tune. I can give you thanks, man on the moon. I appreciate it. You guys still have to bear with me a bit because I'm still having some issues from my surgery for my wisdom teeth. But anyway, back to the decision. So I could pick up another James. And you know what? James has been great for me. He's a really solid tune. He hits really hard. He's great not just in like raiding and war, but also in survival mode, because he has this bleed damage on his rush, multiple attacks, so it can be useful. But at the same time, in the current meta, everyone is using reflect damage mods, and he dies a lot because he attacks with basic attacks. Now, his collateral 2 damage is huge. He can apply a huge amount of damage. And we never get to see... Yeah, it does suck that we don't get to see all the S-Class in the Ascendable Tower. But I don't really use his active skill here. Weapon-wise, he does a lot of damage. Again, like, he's basically just a great damage dealer. He works well with my Diego. But I can also sub in, Princess, as I've shown. There's Mr. Jones. There's just a bunch of different tunes you could use. Yes, James is a glass cannon, but so is Priya, in a sense. Because, Priya goes off and, she gets 3 attacks on her rush. Could be up to 6 if you have a double attack weapon on her. But she also has the rampage if you choose to put it on her. Sorry, I'm not going to go to Angel yet. I'm going to go to Christa. So this is a tune that I don't have. I've seen her be really effective on defense as well as offense. On defense, I've seen her effective because she can rush on the first turn in the right team build. That 66 AP can be deadly, and I think she's a very easy to use character. There are some characters that require a lot of thought in order to figure out the best use for them, but Christa, you can combo her active skill, so the defense down on a tune, and she has focus, and then command rush her, and her waist knot goes off, and it can create a huge amount of damage. It can kill the initial target and then one adjacent. But I feel like as more S-Class tunes come out, this is less effective. It doesn't trigger reflect, obviously, on her rush, but I'm not completely sold on her. I do have her on a mini account, and I've seen her be super powerful. I saw a post on Facebook the other day where she got 20k attack, I think, which is incredible, and that's just with the right weaponry. Sorry. Glad I was able to get Christa. Honestly, she can bring a lot since I have a Priya lead. Yeah, I have a Priya lead too, and it's just, if I'm going to use Priya, let's just do this for a quick second. When I use Priya as my lead, this is the type of team that I would create. And with Angel coming out, or with Angel out, I would have to not use Cole. Or I need to find him a really good days resist. Hold on, let me see. Glad I was able to get Angel. Can be nice for Pete counter since Pete can recover maim damage. So yes, he not only gets 3,000 damage, then if he recovers maim damage, anyone who has any maim damage and he recovers it would get maim damage. So a toon like Dale here, who only does 400 maim damage, because the AI isn't very smart, Pete would try and recover this small amount of maim damage if Dale were to use it on the opponent's team. So Pete, I'm trying to remember what turn Pete goes off on. Let me see. Sorry, I still haven't claimed my Pete, actually. I still don't have enough for him. Wherever he is. Nope, that's Priya. Where's Pete? There's Pete. So, turn 2. So I don't really have a toon that can do anything on turn 2. But let's say you have a blue maim weapon. So, you know the new weaponry, the blue ones you can do on a critical hit or something. It causes maim damage. Well, Pete would try to recover that, and it's not Pete that would get that damage, it would be whatever toon got attacked with that maim damage. So, going back over to our gold brick friends, when we look at Angel, so, these are, wait, hold on, also if I get pain spread weapon, that means it can double debuff, and every penalty can double the trauma damage. Yes, so there is that pain spread weapon where it gives to like an adjacent target, I believe. Not to mention the fact that Pete would also take an additional 1,500 maim from the exhaust, from the AP he gains. Yeah, I don't look that much at Pete anymore because he seems a little obsolete, but 35% AP, so 30%, yep, so 30% and the 500 exhaust, assuming exhaust goes off and she doesn't become dazed herself, I keep exiting out of this, if we go with Angel. So, a lot of selling points that I have for Angel here. First of all, she's the first toon with a leader skill that dazes all enemies for 1 turn. Second, all teammates get plus 40% defense. This makes her the first rainbow leader for S-Class. And to me, that's really important because you can put anyone you want behind her. Doesn't matter if you have only Kapoor. I don't want to say only, but regarding your S-Class toons that you've gathered so far, you can put any of them behind her, and they will all get the benefit of plus 40% defense, instead of having, say, a Pete lead, and then Kapoor, Christa, maybe Priya, and then some other random 6-star that's a range toon, maybe like Douglas for the Guardian Shield type of thing. So, her rush, 66 AP, so it's fast. 400% damage to a line of enemies, up to 3 enemies get 3,000 trauma for 3 turns. So guys, I am going to make a video on trauma. I just haven't had any toons actually that can deal trauma. So it's been difficult for me to really get any film for you guys. Like, again, a lot of my film is just from community contributions. So feel free, guys, to send in some videos to me. I would love to watch them and break them down when I have the time to. I try to give as much credit as I can to whoever sends it in, and I really do appreciate all that you guys do to help me out. Going back to her leader skill now, what I really like about the daze is that when you use her as a defensive lead, there's not many daze resist mods out there, and as we've seen with Mercer leads, like I've come across a lot of S-Class Mercer leads, and even though I run really high stun resist on my attack team, I still have 1 to sometimes 5 toons stunned on the first turn. And I'm going to guess that this daze is of about the same efficacy. So it's going to be just as efficient. And when we think about all the toons that we use on offense to control the defense, because there's still that risk of a defensive team rushing on the first turn, we really need to find a way to manage that. Like for me, my attack team, as you know, is usually this one right here, where I rely heavily upon Cole with his turn 1 taunt ability and the attack down so that I can control the enemy. So I can't use that anymore. I'm actually going to have to construct a whole new team because of this new character. Because a lot of people, I think, are going to pick her up. And to be honest, I'm going to pick her up too, because I think she's going to be a great toon, not just as a leader, but she can be a great support toon on defense as well. So, going back to her. Okay, let's see. Yeah, her rush name, Traumatic Rejection. Oh, it is a good rush name, actually. There are a few rushes, actually, that I really appreciate the names for them. Just, we're going back to, like, Old English type of thing. I love that the trauma is an instant kill of Zac rushes. Yes. And again, the AI is stupid. So you get toons that recover all, like Zac, and it won't just kill himself, it'll kill other toons on the team, depending on how many other, abilities you can inflict on the enemy. So, like, even things like adding burn or bleed to mod wise to toons, so that they apply, it might just be like 50 bleed or 50 burn, but if the opponent recovers from that, they're receiving 3,000 damage because of trauma, which is huge. Yes, Day's response will definitely become highly sought out after, especially for Doc and Gao. Yes, and I heard that Gao will hopefully be fixed soon. So right now there's a bug with him where his 60% AP will always go to himself, and one other, of course, but it doesn't follow conventional AP games. Hey GBZ, welcome to the chat. Angel is really an angel, no pun intended. Yes, you meant a pun, and I appreciate it all the same. But her active skill here is something that I quite admire, actually. Because even, like, you can stagger it if you want and start it out on turn 2, just by not leveling it up all the way, so stopping it at 6. But it doesn't matter, in my opinion, because if all the enemies are dazed and they can't use their active skill, like, you can still trigger certain abilities. So if the enemy, because the enemy can still attack, if they say try to taunt you, like, someone might be able to manually rush Dr. Stevens on the first turn. It doesn't mean that they're using his active skill to gain 100% AP, but as long as he has huge AP on his weapon, as well as, no, Guardian Shield does not block damage from trauma. I believe that's in the definition of it, actually, where trauma is just flat damage. So I'm about 99% sure that trauma cannot be blocked that way. So going back to what I was saying with Angel here, because with Dr. Stevens on an offensive team, if you have a huge lead, so Michelle, Camilla, I'm trying to think of another melee attack lead, but eventually we'll probably get one that's similar to Priya, which is plus 50% attack and a huge bonus to AP when attacking. So huge and huge, so if you have huge on his weapon as well, then, like, exhausted damage does not get blocked by Guardian Shield. Yep, if you already said that, but did you get to, I got James now. No, I'm going for Angel. And I'm just explaining a little bit about these different toons to kind of explain why I'm going to go for her. So the reasons that I've kind of put out there already is that, because, MAME was bugged for a while. Yeah, MAME was bugged for a long while. So James I'm not going to go with again, because right now everyone's using reflect damage mods. I already have one James, and you know what? I like having a variety in my tool belt of different toons to use. Like, James is great. He does a great amount of damage. He's great in Onslaught because he can do a lot of damage without having to rush. He's great in Hordes because he's able to apply a lot of damage to a variety of walkers when he makes an attack. And you can't have, like, a reflect mod on a walker. You can have reflect walkers, but that's a bit different. He's good for me in my attack teams, but I don't need a second one, especially because I have other toons that can replace him, like Princess, for example. So when we also take a look at Christa, I just can't see using her in an attack team right now. Like, I would use Priya as a lead, Princess, Dale. I would need some sort of control, and it might not be Cole anymore just because I can't use him with his active skill on the first turn if I come across an Angel lead. I am liking Mercer right now because when he rushes, he stuns 3 for 2 turns, and he's only 66 AP. Yeah, Arav is someone that can also trigger the exhaust on Angel. Sorry guys, I'm trying to keep track of chat while also making sure that I'm actually talking about what's in front of me. Won't be another free to play for a while. Probably not, but it depends. Like, I think that there's some talk in WOC that there might be something coming out. Best off going for one of the Shard S classes that are fast. Also, Arav can be killed because of 500 exhaust. Yes, Arav could be killed by 500 exhaust depending on his HP. Dale works great with Angel. Yep. Applies a 3-turn debuff that can work well with exhaust. Yes, that was a big point I wanted to make, because like, even if, say, Dr. Stevens is used on attack, because Dr. Stevens is used on some of the top attack teams to get turn 1, turn 2, and sometimes turn 3, but mostly the turn 1 and 2 teams are what I'm worried about. So turn 1 and turn 2 attack teams are still very much out there. I saw a turn 1 attack team the other day, which did a huge amount of damage. I can't post about it because the person asked me not to, and I'm going to respect them about that. So I'm not going to share with you what that team is, but it does exist. And obviously there are a bunch of turn 2 attack teams just because of Dr. Stevens, and Gal would also fit into that, but Gal will fit into that after he's fixed, because his turn 2 60% AP when it starts going to the right tunes, because I did a video on this actually where you're able to manipulate where AP goes to, he will get even better. So right now it's almost like Secretary Gao is a little nerfed, and when he gets fixed he's going to be really, really good. So yeah, I don't want another James. Christa's not going to make her way into my attack team right now. Her attack can get really high, but I feel like I have enough tools for a ranged team, but my defense could use some help, and kind of the defense that I'm picturing for the future will look something like this. Let's see. So my main defensive leader is going to be Mercer when he becomes an S class. That's the first one. Next, I'm going to have Priya back here just for some damage. I will add James, but I want to have Angel back here. And the other tune that I'll have back here, I haven't been able to completely decide, but I'm thinking of a command tune, or like Douglas type of thing for the Guardian Shield. But where's Xander? Cole would help with his active skill, but also I can't find Xander right now. Xander type of thing with Angel in the middle. So how I picture this team working is that because S-Class Mercer can stun 5 enemies for 1 turn at the beginning, I want my team to be able to rush on the second turn. So if I'm able to stun even one tune on the offensive team, that's going to cripple them. Now, if I have Angel here, she is going to apply exhaust to them, so that on the second turn of their attack, so they're basically their first turn of attack, they can't use someone like Dr. Stevens or Gao or Michelle or anyone else to do unnatural AP gain. Basically, they're being crippled on attack because they're not going to be able to gain AP the way that's typical. Atypical. And if they do, then there's a huge amount of damage that's being done to them after I've already attacked them. And James does a high amount of damage. I need to max him out. Priya, I also need to max her out, but she also does a high amount of damage. So I picture that on turn 2 for me, because trauma is also applied. I might add in some other things like a bleed or burn mod here or there, just to apply these little things that if they try to recover from them, then exhaust will take over. Trauma will take over. Exhaust will already be applied, so it limits their ability to use unnatural AP gain, and trauma will prevent them from recovering from different effects. When Priya attacks, she can still daze the enemy, or I can try and get a double attack rampage weapon on her. But by my second turn, I'm going to be having a couple tunes rushing, 1 or 2, Like, if Mercer goes off, he's stunning 3 enemies for 2 turns. If James goes off, he's getting off 2 attacks with high amounts of damage. If Priya goes off, she's doing a high amount of damage as well. Angel's probably the only one that's not going to be doing as much damage, but because she's an S class, she's still doing a fair amount of damage. Like, she has really balanced stats in my opinion, and that's something that I did like about her. I think she's really solid as both a leader and a support toon, so I'm actually going to claim that now. Okay, going back to this chat, Gao isn't talked about enough, very underrated. Yes, Gao is underrated, but it will only, like, it'll be talked about a bit more, I think, when he gets fixed, because he is broken right now, and it's known that he's been broken for a while, so it's good to know that he's getting fixed. He's going to be much more useful in the future with that. Yeah, it can be nice if you get 100% heal reduction instead of 75%. I agree with that as well. 100% heal reduction would be a lot more effective. Wonder if that S-Class Sheila will make a return. I can't even look at Sheila because it's not like she's in the museum and she's not up here, so I can't even tell you much about her. I know one of my faction mates has her, at least one of them. Also, what good weapons that are good for Angel and what 4th slots are better for her. To be honest, I need to bring up the chart in front of me in order to see, so just give me a second so I can take a look at the weapon options. Sorry guys, I don't have it memorized yet, but I'm bringing it up on my computer. And let's see. Clicking, opening. Okay, so we have increased trait damage, no. It'd be interesting if you stole 2 positive effects from the enemy you're attacking, but I'm not sure I want to ransack them. Maybe this one, Stonewall. So resistance, strong crit, Stonewall, this character's defense cannot be reduced. So that to me seems pretty important because then the attack will be relying upon attack up only instead of being able to defense down your toons. And by having that ability, it also means like you don't have to mod with a defense down resistance mod. Oh wait, shoot, she's tough. I'm thinking strong. Sorry guys, I have James in my head right now. That's my bad. Sorry guys, it was my first day back at school today. Okay, going over to tough. I'm taking critical hits, dazed enemy for 2 turns. I wouldn't do that because critical hits aren't bad. Ranged for every turn for every 20% AP, heal 5% max HP. No. I don't want basic attack damage to increase. I don't need something like Rampage. Every turn, 25% chance to heal one teammate by 50%. You know what? I don't mind the team player universal crit 1 on really anything. So if you do craft that on a weapon, it's not a bad idea to have it, because I've come across it on defensive teams and it becomes annoying because it actually goes off, it feels like more than 25% of the time. I don't like the team player range crit at the start of every turn. Apply 35% heal reduction to all enemies for 1 turn. 35% heal reduction isn't high enough in my opinion. Depending on your lineup, the tough health could be interesting, so up to 2 teammates get plus 5% bonus HP per turn for each tough teammate on the team. But again, bonus HP, if you maim an enemy, it doesn't take away from the bonus HP. It goes straight at the normal HP, same as bleed and burn. Yeah, so someone said an elusive impair weapon, elusive impair for sure to start off with for the 3rd slot, and I'm just trying to find something for the 4th slot that makes the most sense. The tough crit dazed isn't bad. When taking a critical hit damage, daze the enemy for 2 turns. But I'm thinking... there's not a lot of ones blue-wise that are good for defense. As much as like the recovering HP, because like you could get them to attack back, but it's not exactly necessary. I'll have to think more on that. I might make a video about this later on when I'm actually doing something with Angel. Sorry guys, I was kind of just leaving that on hold, which I realize now, you know what, I may as well just auto something else. I'm just going to read out kind of the other things you have going. Yeah, elusive impair for sure. HP attack, AP on attack. Yeah, that kind of a standard weapon kind of makes the most sense. So what GBZ here said, sorry, the elusive impair for sure. HP I would do. I would also do... I'd probably try to get more, AP on attack and then defense in the last slot, because there's nothing in the tough trait section that's really good for her defensively, I think, for the 4th slot, other than something basic. Now, the unfortunate side of things is that once you make it a 5-star weapon, it becomes very difficult to really keep up with those upgrades, and it's more costly to upgrade, even if it's a simple stat change you want to make. And Sheila was very meh for her price. Yeah, but some people were able to get her off of 1 or 2 pulls, so those people got super lucky. It was almost like a free S-Class. It was only, 99 cents or something for the first offer. So in that case, people there got a deal, but the other people who pulled her off of the last pull, I would say they kind of got ripped off. I haven't seen her in many offensive teams or defensive teams. It's tough for me to imagine her being used on the regular. Oh, hold on. Hey, Dad. Good, thanks. 11:30. If she's lead and in the middle slot, you could use the plus 15 attack, 35 crit to all adjacent. You could. It's a little dicey. It's a little dicey to go with so much more attack, because you're also missing the HP with her as a lead. So you have to find that balance. With only the defensive lead, you are giving something up. But I think daze is really important in return, because those turn 1 and turn 2 attack teams rely upon unnatural AP gain in order to be effective. And by taking that away, it means you're going to last longer in war. And geez, I'm really having trouble talking tonight, guys. I've had some more swelling in kind of my mouth area, of course, from the teeth being removed, but I'm just going to deal with it. So today I also collected my 390 tiaras. My 390 S-Class items from the tiaras. I'm really hoping that they're going to throw in Mercer cards soon. I'm brilliant in the sense of I forgot again to record a 40 pull that I did for Mercer, and I actually got another Mercer. So I have 3 Mercers right now. 2 are 6 stars. One's almost maxed out. The other one is like level 74-ish. And then the last Mercer, I'm leaving him as a 5-star, but going to use him in arenas as a 5-star lead, just because he might be able to stun 2 enemies on the first turn. And by doing that, it'll hopefully stop at least, the turn 1 attack teams. So it would make it a little more difficult for people to kill me. Other tunes that are affected by exhaust. So I'm actually going to do a video later. I know I keep getting off topic. It's just like I think of something and then I do something else. But I'm going to do a video about exhaust as well as trauma in order to kind of explain it a little better, to see how how it interacts in actual gameplay. I know that it can be a little confusing, and it's difficult. It's meant to be difficult, though. That's the thing. Like, with all the new abilities out there, it's difficult to keep track of what each and every one of them does and stay fast when playing. I know that it comes in time, like learning about different abilities of tunes and stuff. Like, it took me a while to get to this point as well. And at that, I'm still learning things every day. And the whole goal is to keep on learning, and I keep trying to like inform you guys kind of how I think when I go about a match, and the different abilities, trying to break them down in a way that's simple and easy to understand. You know what? I'm going to see after this if any of my teammates have Angel up on defense, and I'm going to try and trigger her ability on purpose, just to kind of show you like what I mean by how much damage she can actually produce. She kind of works like a cheap Mercer, but instead of shutting off all actions, she limits them. Yes. Yes, that's a good way of putting it. So, although she doesn't shut down all actions, in my opinion, she does help prevent that quick kill. And that to me is really important because a lot of people are depending on Dr. Stevens and S-Class Arab. So Dr. Stevens, his active skill gain 100% AP, and then his rush gains 60% AP to two teammates. We don't see much of Gal because, as mentioned before, his his active skill is bugged. Let me see. I'm trying to see if I can find anyone with the lead up. Okay, actually, I'm going to show you kind of this example here of S-Class Mercer. So my whole team here has high stun resist, 75%, like perfect. 58%, not as high. 56.5%, 63%, and 69%. So I'm gonna try to attack this team. I don't know who's gonna end up stunned on the first turn. I kind of expect 2 or 3 to be stunned. Yes, I have a YouTube. So if you kind of just click my name on this, it should show up. So you're here right now on my live stream. If you hit my name link at the bottom, you should have the option to see my other videos there. So anyway, going to attack this team. Okay, so that's not bad. You saw 4 of them resisted the stun, which is helpful. This team is actually quite difficult. We have some bide tunes. We have Slater, who's a command tune and has the rush to revive, as well as active skill to revive. Mercer when he rushes, stuns, and then Priya with attack. So let's see. I'm going to do this to start. Going to attack here. So Mercer doesn't apply any defense to the team, so the defense on this team won't be as high as what you'd expect. I want to daze, and okay, it looks like I killed Slater. Killed there. I'm going to take a risk. I'm going to rush with James. I might be able to kill before bide, but not there. Okay, so that team didn't end up being too bad. So the downfall with Mercer as a lead is he doesn't have any defense or HP to give to the team. Just a huge bonus to AP when being attacked, and the stun, of course. So I was lucky in that my stun resist held up, but I still lost the ability of using Priya right away. Without the defense, like both cams needed higher defense for their team in order to be effective. Like my James was able to absorb that 3,000 damage, but I only had like 88 HP left. But those matches can go sideways really fast. Yeah, hi, I'm from the Cross Region Line Group. Thanks for joining. I'm hoping to come across someone. Here's another S-Class Mercer. I guess I can try this one as well. Okay, so it looks like Priya's getting stunned a lot, even though she has 69%. So this type of team would be interesting, kind of on attack even, excluding the Pete and stuff, but let's see, no taunt resist, so I'm going to taunt there. Bonus AP when taking damage, not going to hit him. I'm going to attack Pete. And now I'm going to follow up by impairing everyone and defense downing everyone. But you see how I rely on Cole a lot for that turn 1 control. I just stopped Dr. Stevens from being able to use his ability but I won't be able to do that because Cole would be dazed on the first turn if I came across someone with Angel as a lead. Like here, I'm doing well mainly because I haven't been stunned on the first turn. I was kind of hoping that I would be, just to kind of show you guys a little more, but it's not a huge deal. And you skip the free raid rep from the trainer defense, yeah, because hold on, when we go through here, like people, when your team grade, when there's a bigger difference between your team grade and someone else, you get more trophies from it. And I'm pretty sure the person who has the trainer defense up, I don't get many trophies from it. So up here, I failed rating. I can't even remember this team, but I was test running my Priya team, and I did it in the wrong order. I ended up bleeding out on something. I think my stuns didn't work or something. But anyway, I know that I don't get much. Yeah, I don't get much from the trainer defense, so I'd rather go for someone who's a higher target value. Like my max team grade is. Where's my max team grade at? My max team grade is S13 plus. So if I attack someone who's an S16 team and win, I get a lot more trophies than if I attack someone who's around an S13 or S14. So I need to be mindful with who I attack because I need to get the most bang for my buck. Like here, this is a drop defense, but I'll just show you. Like I'm gonna guess that they probably have a lower team grade overall. So like not the current team grade, of course, but like 28 raid points right there. So 28 trophies, and it's just because they have a lower team grade than me. So for me, that there's no point in me doing that. Like here, S13 plus, I'd get around the same number of trophies, about 28 to 30. So just want to see if I can find an Angel on defense yet. Do you think it's a good idea for a new specialist that when enemy get crits, it gets normalized? Oh, so you think a good specialist skill or a good weapon? Oh, so like the specialist skill, I get you. So on a critical hit, normalize is applied. That's tough. That is tough. Like I think we have enough abilities to deal with as is, and it'd be very difficult to introduce another new one. Like I would have to think on that more for sure, because I like that normalize is an active skill. If it became an ability on a critical hit, it's less consistent, so it would be kind of like disarm. So you know what, that's a fair point. You know what, it's something that could definitely be added to the game. It would just add another dimension. I don't think I would want it added right away, only because we have a lot of new things that are already added, and it seems like no one has Angel up yet. So I'm gonna see if anyone in the faction does. Come on, guys. Give me an Angel. Wouldn't surprise me if I did that. Yep. Not gonna surprise me either. What character did you choose? Yeah, I got Angel. Did I miss the team ideas? Don't worry, guys. I can go back over a few ideas for teams and stuff. I'm just trying to look to see if there's an Angel here somewhere that I can attack. And I'm not seeing anything at the moment. Still no. Okay. So, hold on. I want to design a team. No, I'm going to use my normal attack team to show you kind of what happens. So this is my normal attack team that I use. If I go here, I can't use Cole's active skill. So if this team had a doc, say, on defense, I would have to use Priya to daze him. But if you add a daze resist to doc on defense, then I'm a little stuck. Okay, so right now I'm at a disadvantage. Oh, and they have rampage here. So I'm going to attack here. I'm able to stun. Now, on this turn, I can use my active skill like this. But the downside is if this team had, say, a Dr. Stevens, because of the 1.4 AP multiplication on defense that toons get, this could have easily gone sideways for me, and I could be dead right now, to be honest. So I kind of got lucky that this team didn't have that ability. But it did cause me to take a few risks, and there goes my Priya dying. So that right there, that's one of the reasons I don't want to pick up another James, because of reflect damage mods. Now that was Priya who blew up, but James hits in a similar manner. Is it better? Okay. I got Angel. I liked Angel more. I just feel like she's a rainbow lead. She can work as both a leader and a supporter, so you have more options to use her. The defensive team that I want to use, I'm just going to show you guys again what I have in mind. So it's going to eventually be S-Class Mercer lead, because even tunes with stun resist mods, someone ends up getting stunned. James for some damage back. Xander or another type of command tune, so that my tunes can be command rushed on turn 2, which would be like the opponent's turn 1 if everyone were to get stunned. I put Angel right here in the middle. Actually, I'm going to do that right now because I grabbed her. I just need to find out where she is. Where she is. There she is. I'm going to throw on a few mods just onto her right now. Oh. No, not that. This. I don't have a defense versus yellow. Let's see. I don't like that one. Apparently I don't have many defense versus yellow mods at the moment. Probably because they're all being used. So I will just... I'm just going to leave it. It's fine for now. It's only an example. Here, the AP drain, less so. I would want a reflect mod. I don't know if I have any left. I have an attack one. Sorry, guys. This is just a mishmash, apparently, of things. Her rush, no. Oh, maybe that. Sorry, guys. I'm just trying to throw something together so that I can put it up for a second. And I'm going to throw on... I can throw on an impair weapon for her. I could be super tanky, but I'd rather have some defensive ability here. So raising her HP a little more. And I'm just going to throw that up for my team to attack. Just going to hit challenge me. Hopefully someone, will challenge me. Hit me. Hit me, please. So it'll obviously be better when Mercer's in S-Class and I've actually leveled up my Angel. But for now, it's kind of just stuck that way. Let's see. Hey, everyone who's joining the chat. You think a Leopo and Angel could be a good team? Leopo, in my opinion, needs other tunes to make her run properly. Like, when we take a look at Leopo, I like that her exhaust is turn 1, but exhaust does not stack, so Angel's exhaust is higher, therefore it's more effective. I like Leopo's rush a lot, but 85 AP is quite high, so it's difficult to get her to go off without using unnatural AP gain. So like Gao and Dr. Stevens and Michelle, and sorry, I'm just naming some other tunes that help with AP gain, but very good tune when you have the right tunes to support her. Yeah, because now as a normalized come from Princess, she can apply, yes, she applies taunt with it, kind of make the normalized useless. I don't know about it being useless, or at least taunt 3 enemies for 3 turns is a better result. I don't know, I like the way she taunts and how she normalizes. Like, this is the team that I did in another video, actually, and I actually should have, used taunt here, but that's my mistake. When I attack here, for instance, like, I added HP and graze, so I don't know if I want to do this here, but okay, so I got Kapoor in it as well. So this means that dexterity's just, it's not going to be effective anymore. It's been normalized. So, see, my princess is alive and well, and that's mainly because I have graze on her and HP. I would actually like a higher HP mod, but right now if I rush here, I should be able to take out Kapoor as well as the governor, so I'm gonna rush. And okay, so I'm shy. And I'm wondering if it's because of this plus 50% defense I'm seeing around. So what I should have done first, I should have actually used Dale. Sorry guys, I'm trying to look at your comments while also attacking, and I'm getting distracted a bit, but I guess stun, attack, and I'll just do a basic attack here. I don't want to use the rush yet. So what I want to use here, I actually want to remove the positive status effect. So now they don't have a plus 50% defense. And when I rush, 15,000 damage, 1,300 and 8,200. I wanted to take James but took Angel. I don't think you're going to regret taking Angel. Can you make a video on trying Angel on an attack team? I was thinking about using Angel on an attack team, to be honest. It's crossed my mind. So here, okay, I lost a match, but it took 14 turns. I am pretty happy with that. 14 turns to me means I survived quite a while. This here, I actually beat that attack team in 3 turns. So, wow. That was a lot better than what I expected, actually. But see, my Priya rushed, and she rushed hard. It seems like James might have rushed, but it doesn't seem like it. It's tough to tell. It only shows 5,000 damage, but the damage done by his collateral 2 would be counted in the extra damage. So let's see if anyone else is attacking me. So this time he got me in 3 turns, so I'm guessing that has to do with the stun. I bet you Christa also had Splash go off based on the plus 30,000 extra damage. So there's some RNG there for sure. Xander messed me all up the first time. Interesting, actually, that Xander would mess him up. I was tempted to take... Angel has a lot more potential. Yes, Angel in attack team videos. Okay. I'm going to remember that to do. Angel has... Okay. Do you think my Cameron Scar could fit in a team with Angel? Scope suggested it, but I'm hesitant. I think he could. Hold on. Where is Cameron Scar? Cam. So, with a Bide tune, I think he could. With people not being able to use an active skill on the first turn, it would have been better if his taunt ability was turn 2. But even with being turn 3, he has a good shot at still being able to get people into a taunt loop, and he keeps on gaining 100% HP, and he also gets elusive, so he's not giving away AP either. I really like his weapon, that chance to gain 100% AP. I use him sometimes in draft arenas, and he's pretty solid because he kind of just loops tunes again and again, and his Bide is a great way of dealing damage. You would need to have some good supporting tunes for him as well, though. Obviously, the more S-class in your defense, for the most part, within reason, the better. You might want to have a tune that does a lot of damage in the same line as Cameron Scar, because if someone tries to do a line damage, then they might end up triggering Bide while trying to take out a tune. Angel has no AP buff. I don't think she is a good attack team, I think. I could be wrong. Now, I wouldn't use her on attack as the lead. What I'm thinking of, and I think what this person is thinking of, is that her active skill could be really useful. So if you know that someone uses Dr. Stevens on defense, then using something like the 500 exhaust on all enemies could be really helpful, because you're applying unskilled damage to the enemy. That can be stopped by having a maim resist mod, because exhaust deals maim damage, but trauma just deals flat damage, which is a bit different. So I would like to try her, but I don't think she'll be very effective against S-class tunes, because the maximum amount she's going to do is 5,000 damage if they gain 100% AP in an unnatural way, which you could kind of do, because with Dr. Stevens, if you intentionally attack him, you could trigger his weapon to give 40% AP to 2 other teammates, which in turn could end up killing them, but at the same time, it's a little risky to do, because it's more RNG on RNG. Angel makes teams slower and prevents early ARs, which are the main threat to bide tunes, as it gives them the ability to one-shot. Yes, it does stop early ARs because you can't use a tune like Dr. Stevens or Gao. See, Debo here was able to kill me pretty quickly. I'm going to guess some of my stun didn't work, but that's a huge amount of damage. This is the type of team that you want to kind of defend against, like because they're killing you pretty fast, but they're using Dr. Stevens. So let me just throw together a team with her as the lead, and I'm just going to go off of that because I can put any tunes I want behind her. I might throw Kapoor just because he's S-class, to be honest. And then I always miss out on where my Xander goes. Always. Oh, and I got rid of Kapoor by accident. But I don't want Xander and Priya to be in the same line, so sorry guys, bear with me for a second. Like, this is kind of what I'm stuck with at the moment. It's not ideal, and my weapons are not even close to being perfect. But this is kind of what I could use. I'll do something like that. You know what? Let's see if my team grade changed, actually. No, S13 plus. Good. I want to keep my team grade somewhat low so that I keep getting higher amounts of raid trophies because of the difference in team grades. That was a copy of my drop D with yellow Shiva. Regular team is S11. Gotcha. Hey, Invis Nerd. Sorry, guys. I am I am very much behind on the chat right now. In a war, 14 turns would actually win you the battle most times because 1A people would rather flee than waste extra time winning. Yeah, 14 turns wouldn't really happen in war. Like, if I take more than, say, 6 turns, I'm kind of gone. I will flee the match because I need to score more. Like, obviously, scoring is the most important part of war. You can have a great defense team, but if you're not able to attack, then what's the point? You're just stalling yourself, too. Also wish we got some replay on Friendly Duel. Yeah, I would love to be able to duel myself and also to see how someone else duels me. So I usually just ask people to record how they attack me. See, the only thing with Cameron on attack is that he's a bit slow. The 3,000 damage on defense is good because attack tunes don't have much HP to begin with, but defensive tunes can have, I've seen 10k defense on a team. And yes, I want to get Mercer to S-class, I just need to wait on more cards to come out. Priorities on getting S-class on Museum, you have Henyon and you're trying to get Wangfa now. Okay, so my first priority was getting Priya because I think she is one of the best tunes in the game. She has a great lead skill. Her active skill can be used really well if you know how to. Like, I know a lot of people don't end up utilizing it, but for me, it helps shorten the battle times a lot of the time. I really like her rush as well. The 3 attacks at such a high damage rate because she's an attack lead with attack characteristics. Like, she just does a huge amount of damage. She can impair and confuse a line of enemies. So even if you don't get the kill, or if you do get the kill but then hit somewhere else, you still have put a line of control on the enemies, which lets you kind of move on from there and almost ignore that position for the time being. Can I record you this weekend when I destroy your defense? I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to destroy many defenses. I need to make some adjustments because I need to make a different type of attack team based on Angel dropping. And you know what? Mr. Jones might actually make an appearance for the team. Now, I say that because he can control the enemy with Confuse by getting a critical hit on his attack. And if I give him a double attack weapon, then he has a chance sometimes to get 2 attacks off. On his rush, he has 6 chances. And he hits pretty hard. Yeah, Angel, Pete, Henyon, Doc, Christa for defense. that to me seems pretty solid. Like, there's nothing I can really do to stop Dr. Stevens from going off on, from using his active skill on the first turn. I can't use any active skills of my own, so the best thing I need to rely upon my weapons and normal specialist skills, basically. Or I need to run Pete as, sorry, not Pete, but I have to run Mercer as my attack lead, which I'd rather not do because I lose an attack bonus. At the same time, with having Angel as a lead, you guys lose an HP bonus. By losing an HP bonus, I know this was talked about in another chat, it might be wise to run Ralito as a lead. By running Ralito as a lead, you know, you're applying that bleed as well as that crosshairs. But because the defensive team's not getting an HP boost, it means that they're susceptible to things that that are not relying upon defense. So bleed, burn, and maim, for example, ignore defense abilities. So that can be really useful in my opinion. I'm glad they put Yumiko Specialist on someone who's actually good. Yes, confounding. I'm glad that they brought it back. I think it's a really useful ability. I do have Yumiko, and I did run her for a little bit just because she has an attack boost, and then she also has an active skill for an AP gain. So this 4 turns. Governor, that's a smart choice. It doesn't work if I had a Dr. Stevens, only because Dr. Stevens would still give 100% AP even if that toon is slowed. You can only kind of slow them after they have AP, because AP gains are based off of percentages and not flat amounts. Unlike, you know what, Alpha actually is off a flat amount, like mine is 85 AP, not 85%. So I'm actually going to talk to Dano about that later, just so that he's aware. Let's see. Leopo, main attack team here. Okay, so he's trying to stop me from rushing. I'm going to attack there first. Well, not attack, but control. Here, I'm going to hope for a stun. I got my stun, so now this is going to be somewhat straightforward. Let's see. I'm going to kill here, so Leopo's not going to go off. Arov's not going off, and neither is, what's his name, the governor. So, right here when I attack, I don't want to attack Leopo with my James. I want to attack either Arov or I want to attack Dr. Stevens because I have a trade advantage. So I'll likely get a kill. And I think I can just auto the end because there was nothing that really stopped me from being able to apply a lot of damage, and that's the end of that match. I got James. I had Christa before. You know, like all three toons for gold bricks are actually pretty decent, and I'm actually kind of surprised that Scopely let them be pretty decent. Okay, so taking a look here. By the second turn, I was able to kill 2 of his toons, and then he fled. So it's very easy for toons and teams to go down the drain really fast, it seems. Like, it looks like in this case, my James rushed based on the amount of damage and extra damage done. And this team took 6 turns, but it looks like someone rushed again because of the extra damage. I think it was James again. Hard to tell. Here, again, more RNG. James rushed for sure, but his Priya rushed and not everyone died. That was just my attack there. Oh, I got another one. This time I'm dead in 3, so I like this RNG for me. It tells me that it can sometimes take multiple turns to kill me. I like the first one better, Link. I do too, and will when Mercer is S-class and Angel is done. So, yeah, I'm right now just going to kind of show you guys where I'm at for S-class toons. I don't have Pete yet. I have my S-class Priya. I have 1 Leopo done. I just didn't see her as a big advantage for me, and less so now that I have Angel, to be honest. Raulito, I have one of them, and I completed his collection because I was most of the way there off of stuff from rewards, and then I just topped him off in order to exchange some cakes in order to get another Arav. So I have 2 Aravs, and I need about 5,000 more Arav cards to get him as an S-Class. I have 1 Henyon. I don't have a Gao, but I'm going to try and get at least one, because it's likely that he's going to be up for cakes soon, well, to exchange with cakes for more S-Class shards, seeing as they're giving away a lot of his pieces or whatever, like in the level up as well as the survivor road. So I'm going to work on getting one of him, and then when he's fixed, he's going to be even better. Then after I get that, I'll grab 1 Wangfa, but I'm mostly saving out for Mercer because I need 2,200 cards. So I'm saving my torches right now so that when Mercer cards are added here, I'll be able to do this continuously to top off on my Mercer. Because when he's in S-Class, I know I'm going to improve a lot, and to me, he's the most important toon for me to get. So just going back to reading part of chat again. I legit keep forgetting I have Priya Max now. Who did you claim? I claimed Angel. Hitting AP drain mod on Governor is the best feeling than following up with a Xander Disarm. Yeah, Governor, he's decent in drafts, to be honest, because you don't have a lot of choices in draft mode, but when he comes up, I do try and pick him up just because he's able to control the opponent and stop them from rushing pretty much all the time. And yeah, I still like the yellow Yumi. She was useful. I like that she had an attack buff, the confounding ability, active AP gain. It's useful. Right now, she doesn't have a place. What about Princess when they will bring her items to complete her? Well, right now, Princess does not have an option for a 5-star, 6-star, for the 6-star version, and I still need one because I finished with less than 60 bears. Like, I was trying, but I wasn't completely trying. It was like, I'll be happy just to get one. And based on my resource levels, like, again, I'm very much free to play. I've spent $5 on the game in total, so it's hard for me to kind of always have an unlimited supply, especially for like level up events, to keep on leveling up, and then obviously not having the gear makes it really difficult. So I only got the one of her, and she's still really good as a 6-star. I definitely do want to get her as an S-Class, but my next priority S-Class is definitely Mercer. So I'm going to save my torches for that. Yes, there's always a place for consistent control and attack buff. When those two combo together, that's even better. Princess items only in offers so far anyway. Yes, oh my gosh, so I saw that offer. It was a terrible offer where it's like $50 for, I think it was 150 cakes, and then either 300 princess cards or 300 cakes, but there's an 80% chance for cakes and a 20% chance for princess cards, which I think is ridiculous. Yeah, so 3 to 5 weeks. I'm hoping that it's only the 3 weeks, so I could get him before WOC kicks off, because my team is right now sitting in 22nd or 23rd. So I would really like to get him ready for WOC so that I actually have a decent defense. A lot in the game is probably going to change by the time that comes around, and it's going to be ridiculously hard. Like, I'm preparing for that. I guess right now what I should do is kind of create a mock team to deal with Angel defenses with Dr. Stevens behind, because there's no AP gain, which is useful, but if Dr. Stevens has AP on attack and AP on defense, then it could become problematic where he just gets rushed on the first turn anyway, just by a command toon, by naturally rushing. So, kind of a brainstorm. So, one type of team that I could end up building to try and counter would be, hold on, I need to find the toon that I want. I think he's up here. I could try using a Mercer lead, because stunning 2 enemies, I'm not saying which enemies I'm stunning, but there is a chance. I could add in Princess, because she's a high damage dealer. Her turn 2 active skill, I would be able to use it, and it would help me control as well as charge my rush and get higher attack. I'm thinking of Mr. Jones because of his confounding ability here. So by being able to confuse the enemy just with a simple attack, as well as his infection ability. So infection, after 3 turns, the tomb will automatically be killed if they have not regained at least 200% of their 8 HP. I don't like that crosshairs and infection, they don't line up. This active skill, the daze, is also useful for turn 2 active skills, so like Pete. I would run Dale. Wait, actually he doesn't fit, sorry, I'm thinking of a Priya lead. Glenn maybe then. Glenn or Xander. So I'll leave Glenn for now. And then finally, Priya. Geez, Princess is in the team, but Priya. And my team would kind of just look like that. So the whole idea is hope for a couple tunes to be stunned. If not, not a big deal. Gain some AP. On the second turn, I would be able to command rush. Now, I don't have a defense down tune. I could throw Diego in here. It's just a little risky because I have no control. So if a team had any red tunes in it and they targeted Diego, he'd be dead pretty fast. The other idea for a team that I have... Now, I gotta think about this because I'm kind of just doing it on the fly. So I'd want to have Dale. And I would want to have Priya. Every team that I make right now, it needs to have Priya because her days could help with Dr. Stevens. 1.5% of an S-class, 3% of another S-class for $50. I mean, I know peeps who dropped more than $4,000 for Pete. Oh, jeez. Yeah, a lot of free-to-play do have him. Weapon trade for comics worth it? You know, that's a tough call because the weapon could be decent on specific tunes, but it does cost a lot to upgrade, so it's really tough to tell someone when and where to spend their money. Like, if you have the right tunes to use them with, it could definitely be useful, but it could also be, kind of like oh darn it, I spent my comics, and if I'd saved for one more month or whatever, then I might have gotten this tune or that tune. For this team, I gotta think here because I could do something with AP gains, but if I had a blue-yellow lead, that would be most ideal because I could use AP gains to start off. I still want Princess. I really do like her. See, Cole isn't useful anymore to me. 76 AP, 0.2 of that. Oh, math is hard right now. So 7.6 and 7.6 is 15.2, 16 AP. 16 AP, and then 40 is 56, so I'm still shy 20 AP, and I'm not sure how else I can get that to him right now, so there's no point in me using Cole. It's actually a tough call to make because I need to find someone who can help me with control, and I think it's leading me back to having to run a disarm tune. So I might put an Earl there and give him an AP drain mod. Or at least a way to help me attack Dr. Stevens, for example, without triggering his weapon. Like, technically, I could run Angel on attack if I knew a Dr. Stevens was on defense, because I could end up causing him 5,000 damage and essentially killing him, but then there are still other tunes that would end up going off, so if I was able to control the other tunes, that's also an option. I'm gonna have to practice a lot more with this. I'll probably make a video over the next few days after I've seen some more teams, and definitely over War. Over War, I'm going to be very intrigued with some of the teams that people come out with. I expect them to be very interesting. But anyway, while we have it up, may as well try this team in battle. Not what I'm looking for. Still not what I'm looking for. Come on. I know someone had, I think it was Mostro. Where are you? Where are you? Here. Okay, so a team like this is what I'm thinking of. So if there was a Dr. Stevens, I would at least be able to disarm them, hopefully. Otherwise, it's just removing and attacking somewhat of a safe target. This turn, Princess is almost dead, so that's a problem. Of course, she's not leveled at all. Her active skill's not leveled. I probably should have done that before coming in. Stun resist, low stun resist, no combat mods. I'll do that. Attack here. Normalize there. Rush Kapoor. Stunned, but got away with it a bit. Princess dying is not helpful. Her rush. Now, I'm not able to apply anything that someone can recover from at the moment, so I'm just gonna attack and do some damage. Line of enemies. Attack here. Hope that I kill Christa now. Yeah, I'm not sure how this is gonna go right now. Applying some exhaust, just because. Okay, that was confusing. So he killed someone and was confused. So then he still attacked. That makes sense. Oh, and that's a quick death for me, but also that death for Arav. So that death for Arav is from exhaust because he gained 100% AP after rushing, because he gains 100% AP every time he rushes. So the exhaust actually killed him there. So not a good example of a team to use it on. But anyway, that's kind of the idea that I have. And of 6 S class. Nice Man on the Moon. I wish I could do that here, but it's just so competitive. Like when we go over to here, like Walkers, big faction, they win a lot of things. Howling Commandos is a good faction, so is Fateful and Legends. Like, we have some competitive factions here and some competitive players, so it's tough to finish high up on the board in order to get the S-class items that you need. Like, I'm close on Pete, but I'm also not that close. 1,680 is quite a bit, and I know it's still going to take me a bit longer, but I'll get Pete eventually. I just don't think he's going to help me a lot right now. I will need to claim some knives soon to level up. Finish maxing out both my James as well as Angel. I'll probably prioritize Angel over James. I hope that Scopely comes out with, to be honest, 22 more knives, because there are going to be some people who may have joined the game and started late that they never even got to collect a knife. It's all based on when someone joined the game, really, so they should open it up to at least 44, because if you're giving out all these S-class tunes that need gold bars and these knives, then you need to have enough available so that people can actually level them. I'm going to be heading and signing off soon, guys. I said that I was going to watch some Star Wars with my girlfriend, and Kata, I really hope you're not too mad. I'm so sorry. I just realized now how long I've been streaming for. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'm just going to see if there were any other questions here. Try to ask yourself, how much of those 60 comics cost you. Like, I'm not sure. People say you get 6 or 7 comics a week, so 60 comics is about a month and a half, 2 months. So is it worth it? Like, when I look at, where's the weapon? when I look at this weapon, double attack, a better chance to make a second attack, 150% attack. So there's the 175% attack one that exists, so it's not even the better of like the best stat in that position. I do like that it increases basic attack damage by 20% and ignores defense, so this would work well in a toon that makes multiple attacks with their rush, because they're all considered basic attacks. So if they ignore defense bonuses, that means if like a Kapoor rushes, that 80% bonus is ignored. But you also might want to just have Rampage on it so you can do like higher damage to other targets, which could then go off if Priya were to rush. She could get 3 to 6 attacks, but then Rampage could go off on each of those attacks if they're a critical hit, which would attack 2 adjacent targets. So that would be taking like 3 times 3, so 9. No, 3 times 3. Is it 3? Yeah, because the initial target 3, and then it could attack 6 adjacent, 6 not adjacent, but 6 more random ones, and then off 6 attacks, it would be 18. So when Priya rushes, it's like she's attacking 9 to 18 times with Rampage on it. Yeah, so I don't think the weapon's worth it either. And thank you, watching a lot of Star Wars. 6 to 12 a week, but mainly between 6 to 8, so yeah, about 7. Mods on Angel, defensive build, I would think maybe bleed resist, just because I can see Relita leads being used against her because she doesn't add HP to everyone. But I'll probably do another video kind of going over her after I've leveled her a bit, just to kind of show a bit more of what she can do. So anyway guys, I'm going to sign off right now. Thank you everyone for watching and tuning in. I appreciate the support.